Good morning. It's Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. My name is Terry Morgan. We are here to practice Xingyi's 12 Animals. This morning we've got some corrections from me yesterday, Monday and Tuesday. Alright, so we've been working on a new series. And yesterday I taught part of that. As I was going through, I recognized that there was a couple of things that just weren't quite. So, went back and checked my notes. Alright, put the coffee down. These are too valuable. Okay? Got to put the coffee down for that. Okay, so these are my handwritten notes from, back in 19, whatever it was. Well, these are from 2000. This is from '97. I do go back. I do. So, my handwritten notes from 1997. What are we doing here? Alright, so I'm just going to do this, and then we're going to cover it during class. Alright, so up, come down. Alright, and that last one, that last bong chuan, there is a step, which I just now did not do. So as we come back, it's here, pull it in, step, right? This is all correction. We're going to get started right now. Feet about shoulder width, and I'm doing this kind of on purpose. The footwork I want to pay attention to this morning, and highlighting that is what I'm trying to do here. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it's comfy. Alright, hand circle to the front, back around to both sides, up along the center line, extend out. Reach out over the legs. One more time. Elbows drop down, wrists, fingertips, hands return to your sides. Okay, in this piece, we have several turns. I've given all of this a couple of different ways this week, and I have. And yesterday, this is a lesson in how you learn, how you relearn, and how you correct your own movement. Take notes. Seriously, take notes. These videos, in many ways, are my notes. These are my three-dimensional notes. They are. The archive that I'm trying to create, little by little, and I've got a few things out there now, is intended to be my notes. At some point, it'd be good for me to go and edit through and pull some of that together and be able to better tell the story right? Because that's how we connect all of these pieces. How do I work through this? How do I get to a point that I understand what I'm doing? Part of that is how we tell the story. We teachers, how we tell that story. How do you get there? Where are you going? Where did you want to go? Right? As we practice, keeping in mind this idea that we are human, that if we don't write things down, if we don't record things, if we don't pay attention, daily practice will do it over a period of years. This particular form is one that I practiced for several years and then kind of suspended my practice. A little bit here, a little bit there. The 5 elements I continued with. But the 12 animals, I don't have enough space. I made excuses. And I had injuries, and I did this and I did that. So as I'm going through now, there is a part of relearning that I am actively doing. I'm actively there. And this is, again, I want to stress this because it's one of the skills that you really want to develop. That muscle memory that says, yeah, doesn't feel right. Something's not quite right there. Listen to that. Okay? So I'm going to do this one more time. And then I'm going to look at putting this back into the whole form, as well as in going back to this particular section. All right, so we turned around, punched down. 1, 2, 3, up, swallow skims the water, down, palm in. This hand holds the fist as you step back with the elbow. Keep going. Right hand presses down, turn foot. Should have turned foot a little bit more as I turned out, so foot should be in the right place. With the elbow, step through, turn here, open. Step up, level step, bing boom. Step out, bring the left foot back, step out, punch right. Well, I said I'm going to speed things up a little bit. So, we're covering all of this morning. Let's stay focused on this piece, right? Because a couple of reasons. One, it's a change from what I was doing. 2, the changes in direction, and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. The changes in direction matter for the sequence in the form. Which direction am I supposed to be going? Being able to adjust that at will. So I'm going to learn it this way, and now I can adjust it however I want. That's the skill that we want to get to. Not, I'm not sure which direction this is supposed to go. I'm not sure where this fits in the sequence, and I can't practice the whole sequence because I don't know. All right. Feet together, stand straight. Pull up through the crown of the head. Nice and easy. I'm not going to go too hard this morning. Okay? And salute. Open the back. Relax the breath. Ready? Breathe in. Open. And set. Step in. Step through. Turn around. Right fist up, left fist down. Right fist comes across. Step up, bong chuan. Same foot stays front, bong chuan. And one more time, bong chuan. Close. Little jump, pao chuan. Step back. Step up. Step out, tiger. Thai bird. Horse. Horse. Step back. Alligator playing in the water. Step up. Right fist. Turn around. Punch down. And 1. And 2. 3. Up. Sweep down. Stab in. Elbow. Step through. Turn around. Step up. And step out. Pull it back. And step through. Step up. You're not stepping through. All right. We're going to do this again. Take a break for a second. This is a lot. It is. It's a lot. Some of what will help, and I'm going to turn this around a couple of different ways so you can see the different sides of the movement in a minute. What will help, right, is the sense of carrying through. I talked about this a little bit yesterday. That where is that energy going? How do we circle, and circle, come up? How do we use that circle to carry through that downward sweep to come through on the other side? Okay, and I'm going to say this because I just noticed it. I have a bad habit of dropping my head. Bad habit. Don't do that. No, just don't do that. I need to remind myself, don't do that. All right, as we use that energy, as we use that flow of where am I going and can I go here, right? We use that, not the way that I just did it. But that's the idea behind what we want to pay attention to with the kinetic energy that we are creating through our movement. Physics. I talk about it a lot. I do. If we're moving with a well-coordinated, well-timed, well-placed movement, we generate quite a bit of kinetic energy, that energy in motion. We use that. We want to use that. We don't want to ignore that. We want to use it. We have multiple uses for that. There's multiple opportunities to use that energy. We want it. If we don't pay attention to the small movements, how we drop my head, didn't drop my head, right? How we use our own body to do those movements. Because it's not just the movement itself, it's your body doing it, right? How we use that. How do we do that? How do we work with whatever we've got, to do the movement, using that kinetic energy to help drive the next movement and to build that intrinsic energy that we want to store. Muscles, tendons, ligaments, joints, all of it. Being able to store that. These are concepts that are not unique to the internal arts, but we focus on them quite a bit. At least I have. Okay? Especially this idea of the intrinsic energy that, you know, this is what I have, this is what I've stored, this is what I can use. Right? This is what I can tap. This is how I developed that. And this covers multiple levels. Okay, get back to practice. As we change directions, right, we have different notation that we can use. So angle and direction is one of them. As we go from one to another, our relative position changes, right? So I'm going to do this again, starting this direction, facing this way. And then I'm going to turn around and I'm going to go the other way. So you can see the other side of what I'm doing, the back side. All right, this change in direction needs to be considered, and it needs to be careful so that it doesn't create, and this is why I'm saying this, so that it doesn't create confusion. I'm calling it out so that it doesn't happen, I hope. All right, so, all right, I'm up here. Fingertips down. Close to a fist, pull it back. Step, step through, step up. I'm going to turn to 225 over there. And separate. Step up on the right, close with the left. Step out on the left. Pull the left in. Step out on the left, close with the right. Bung chuan. I was thinking about my direction. Do it again. That All right, relax for a second. Live practice. Paying attention. This is going to be me talking about paying attention again. All right, paying attention to this move, that move. Which direction am I going? What am I supposed to be doing? Right? As we refine our practice, okay, we gain the ability to come back to something that we have done before. If we learned it well, if you didn't learn it well, it's not coming back. I have a couple of things that I did not learn all that well, and so they're probably not coming back. I wish I could, but I don't see it. And the notes that I have are not sufficient. I say this with some regret that I didn't take better notes for a couple of the things that I did, right? And with the idea that these notes right here that I'm creating here, the video notes, here we are, with each of these classes, there's something that I've either decided to include today, or that as I was teaching became relevant, became apparent that I needed to explain this, or I needed to call this out, I needed to say something about this or that. Those notes, I'd like to think, are going to be more valuable than the form sets themselves. But I don't know. I'd like to think a lot of things. I would. I would. As we practice, the point that I'm getting at is that we use what we remember. We use our notes. What did I write down at the time? What did I think was important enough to make a note of at the time? I did detailed notes for a lot of things. Extremely detailed. Little diagrams and pictures, stick figures, best as I could. I'm not an artist. I'm not a graphic artist, so but best as I could so that I could understand what I was doing in the movements. The more I studied, the better I got at it. And I didn't stop taking notes, but I didn't take them at near the same level of detail. Sometimes it was I just didn't have time to go sit down and after class for an hour and a half and write down whatever I covered. Right? Other times it was, I got that. I'm not going to worry about it. Right? So, in my notes for this series, what we have coming up and what I wrote is first part of 5 elements. Because that's what it is. I'm going to show you. And then we're going to work on this part that we're working on this week. The last movement that we just did. Left foot forward, bung chuan. Step back, hung chuan. Step in, bung chuan. Step down, pao chuan. Step back, slice, pi. That's the next part of this form. It is. It's the next part of this form. The preparation that I talked about, and like I said, I was going to speed things up. Here we go. This gets us, adding this piece, gets us about a third, closer to a half. We're moving up into the 20s now. Remember, there's 66. So we got ways to go yet. And keep in mind as well that there are, in those other movements, there are repetitions. There are things that we have done before just like this series from Xingyi's 5 Elements. Okay. This combination gives us a couple of things. It gives us the connections, and it gives us the requirement to sustain. Whatever level you start at, you need to sustain it. Okay? It's a long form. Stamina is required. It's not an option. It's not an option. This idea, it goes with the physical development of the body, the physical coordination that we want to develop, so that we build the intrinsic energy, we build the intrinsic strength, that we can use it later, or right now. One more time, small steps, and right now we just want to pay attention to the overall shape of the form and the overall direction that we're traveling. Nice and easy. Stand straight. The shape of the movement and the direction that we're going, the shape that we create as we move. Salute. And open. Step in. Step through. Turn around. Punch up. And up again and down. Punch down. Little step. Bung chuan. Little step again. Bung chuan. Bung chuan. And down. Little jump. Pao chuan. Step up. Tiger. Step out. Tiger. Step up. Thai bird. Thai bird. Step up. Horse. Step up. Horse. Step up. Alligator playing in the water. And down. Little jump. Step up. Turn around. Punch down. Circle 1 and 2 and 3. Up on the right. Little jump and down. Palm down. Elbow. Step through. Turn around. Step up and up. Shift back. Step. Shift back and front. Down. Up. Down. Punch forward. 1, 2. Pi chuan. That's it. I'll take it apart again. Just this whole series. We keep going. Alright, we keep going. In traditional Tai Chi practice, the form has 108 moves. 103, 108-ish, give or take. Depends on who's counting. It's a long form. Alright? Wudang style has 108, Yang style has 103. And again, depends on who's counting and how it's counted. Xingyi has 66. We use and create and develop and need far more energy for the 66 moves in Xingyi than we do for the 108 in Tai Chi, because of the way the Tai Chi moves, because of the intent behind the movement in Tai Chi. We want that soft, supple, relaxed flowing. Here I go, and I can just keep going, and it's fluid, and right? We want that in Tai Chi. We absolutely want that in Tai Chi. Yeah, not so much in Xingyi. In Xingyi, we want that expression of force. We want the strength, fa li, yong li. We want that strength in the movement. We want it expressed in the movement, not just present. That strength is present in my arm. Present. It's there. In Xingyi, we want to use it. Way more than present. Right? It's present. It's there. If I could use it if I wanted to, great. Yeah, it's there and I'm using it. Right? That difference in how we move, and how we think about, and that mind part of Xingyi, Yi, mind, how we think about what we're doing matters. It matters to the art. It matters to the movement itself and how we should look at this or that movement. And it matters to the ability that we gain or not to use the art to apply what we're doing. You're going to try and hit me. I'm going to bring my hand up here. Right? Pao Chuan. You're going to try and hit me. I'm going to bring my hand up. It's solid. I'm not going to let your hand hit my head. I could here. I could do this and turn. Either one could stop that fist from hitting my head. Both are fine. This is Xingyi, this is Tai Chi. The intent behind is different. The expression of force, how I use the force that I am going to use, is different. Making sure that this is clear is one of my goals. That clear distinction. What am I doing over here? What am I doing here? And what am I doing over here? Is something that I stressed from the time I started teaching. What are you doing? You're doing Tai Chi? Okay, do Tai Chi. Don't do Shaolin, don't do karate, don't do something else. Tai Chi. Understand Tai Chi. You want to learn more? Okay, you learn Tai Chi? Now you want to learn something else? Okay. Xingyi, Bagua, pick one. One at a time. And keep them separate so that each one is clearly distinguished. I don't have any trouble distinguishing Van Gogh, Monet, and Rembrandt. I don't. I can look at one of their paintings and I'll tell you which one it is. I can do that for a few other artists as well. I can do that for a few composers. I can do that for a few writers. I can do that for a few martial arts. that ability to clearly distinguish, we want that. Xingyi gives us a framework to be very clear about what movement we're doing and how it should be done. There's no, I've said this before, there's no fluff, right? There's no, I can make it, no. Here or not. It's ones and zeros, right? For a computer programmer, ones and zeros. It's either there or it's not there. Let's work through this series again a couple of times. Just this piece that we started with today, that I started with, come up here, turn around. We'll stop at bone chuan. And then I'm going to go back through this whole series up to Pi Chuan and another jump, dragon. I talked about this a little bit ago with the idea of doing some exercises through the feet here to increase the ability to jump. We're going to work on that as well. Once I get over this injury that I have, it's daily getting better, so I'm thinking a couple of weeks should be good. Alright, so we can keep going, and then I'm going to review and come back to some of these things where I want to put a little bit more of my own physical energy and effort into the movement, so that as it's recorded, there's at least part of the archive with a little bit more dynamic to it. Alright, so we come around, we punch down, and up, 2, 3, up on the right, little jump, sweep down, fingertips down, both hands hold the palm, right hand holds a fist, left hand presses down, step through, step up with the right, going on to the right, right, left, bring the right up, step behind, you want to 225, step out on the right, bring the left up, step out on the left, right follows. Shift back, bring the left in, bring the right fist back, step left, bone chuan. Okay. That detail, okay, matches my notes from 1997. Now, I have other notes that I can go back and look at. These are my originals, and I trust them. This is what I know, this is what I was doing. Now, having said that, excuse me, we also want to pay attention to, and this is part of that idea behind, and what am I doing here, muscle memory, etc., etc. So as we think through, what's the idea behind? Some of it is fairly easy, right? Not too much question about what I might do with this palm out here. And the fist is kind of ready to back it up. Alright, so. Yep. Palm. Should be a palm. Correction! Hey, hey, hey! This is perfect. This is perfect. I did it one way. And then I put it back in form the way that I've been working on it. That wasn't right. So, palm, fist, palm, palm, palm. Palm's open, not a fist. This, again, this refinement, this correction, this idea that, and I've said this multiple times, I'm going to say it again, I'm not perfect. I'm a human. I'm a regular human. I'm not perfect. I'm not. I go back and try again. That's how you get better. More practice. That's how you get better. Alright, let's do a little bit more practice. And we're going to take this piece that we've been working on, put it back in the form, step through, and then I'm going to take it out again one more time so we can work on just this piece, because it's a fairly long one. All right. Step through. Small steps. Salute. And open. Long twine. Power twine. Turn around. Up. And down. Long twine. Long twine. Long twine. Pull in. Little jump. Step up, tiger. Step up, tie bird. Step back. Tie bird. Horse. Horse. Alligator playing in the water. Jump. Right fist. Down. Downward punch. 2 and 3. Up. Fingertips. Elbow. Step through. Turn around. Step up. And out. Pull in. Step forward. Alright. This last part that we've been working on. Start from here. Elbow. Step up. Fingertips. Turn around. Out. Step up. Step out. Pull it in. Step through. And I'm I'm not sure about this camera, but I'm going to do the same way. Keep going. Moving right along, right? That coordination, where I'm going, how I get there, and my intent behind. I don't know. Let me go this, I'm going to go this way. I'm here. Step, turn, out, step up. Right? Step up, step out, pull it in, step through. As I move more quickly, there's an adjustment to compensate for the speed. A little bit. It should not be excessive, right? So not to the point that you lose what you're doing, right? So here, this needs to be here. As we step up, we need to come through this position, and let me do this with the feet. Right? I'm here, step up. Step out. As we step up here, this is level step. There's barely any weight on this left foot as it comes through. Now, one more time. Excuse me. Little hiccup. This here, this is feet. Here, step up, right? I could, here is what I want to learn to do. I could do either. Both would be well placed, both would be well coordinated. This here, come to here. But the blur was my sweep. Okay? So as I step here, this leg gets ready, step up, and then circle sweep out to step up again. That motion right there. I got it right that time. Alright, so as I step out over here, I'm not stopping. I could, but I'm not. This here, here, in this form, at this place, to be able to step out quickly. Use the hip. My hip is still, I'm still going to be a couple weeks. All right, one more time. Just this series that we've been working on this morning. All right, so left hand, excuse me, right hand, fingertips down. Left hand underneath, hold the palm. Step back, elbow. Step with the right and with the left. Step through, palm. Turn, both palms open. Step up to the right, level step. Step out to the left. Open, shift back, bring the left in, bring and punch through. Bong chuan. Each one we want to try, I want to try, to make as clear as possible. Okay? That clarity in the movement itself really matters. It's one of the things that we want to work for and work toward, so that if you were doing the movements, you're practicing something, somebody would look at what you're doing. Somebody who knows would look at what you're doing and say, Xingyi. They can probably tell generally where it's from. All right? That clarity. I've been in different places where I've looked at people doing something, I wasn't quite sure what they were doing. I had to look at it for a minute or two before I realized, oh, that's Xingyi. Really? Okay. There was some question. I've seen other people practice, clear as day. Absolutely sharp. Not the same as what I do. And that's fine. Different system, different teacher. It's clear what they're doing. And it's also clear that they understand fully what they're doing. That skill, clear movement, understanding clearly what you're doing, doesn't matter what form you're practicing. Both of those need to be there. If they're there, everything else can follow. Again. One more time. Just this piece that we did, mark through it, nice and easy. And elbow, step up, step through, turn around, step, close, pull back, bong chuan. That flow, pay attention to that. We don't want to make Xingyi look pretty, but we need to understand what that flow is like and how that pattern works. I hope you enjoyed my class today. I will be back tomorrow with Wudang Qigong and Friday with Advanced Wudang Qigong. Next week, more Xingyi. I hope you'll join me. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.